This is All India Radio. The news read by Sanjay Mattu. The Allahabad High Court today dismissed petitions against Bahujan Samaj Party chief Ms. Mayawati in the Taj Corridor case. The Lucknow bench of the court also dismissed the petitions against her cabinet colleague Naseemuddin Siddiqui. Passing the order, the bench, comprising Justices Imtiaz Murtaza and Ashwani Kumar Singh, said all petitions were devoid of merit and were accordingly being dismissed. BSP leader and Mayawati's counsel, Satish Chandra Mishra, termed the petitions filed in the case as politically motivated and pursued with malified intention. The government expects that a number of pending legislations pertaining to the Human Resource Development Ministry will be passed during the upcoming winter session of Parliament. The Minister of State for HRD, Mr. Shashi Tharoor, said there are 20 bills pending, 11 on higher education and 9 on school education. In an interview to a television channel, Mr. Tharoor said that an exercise is required to choose which bills can be pushed more quickly and which bills will require further work. In a bid to increase participation of disabled voters in the Gujarat Assembly polls next month, the Election Commission has introduced braille numbers and ballot papers, besides setting up ramps at polling booths for their convenience. The State Chief Electoral Officer, Anita Karwal, said, all electronic voting machines will be equipped with braille numbers. The visually challenged voters will be able to read the names of candidates with the help of braille ballot paper at the polling booths. Thereafter, they can seal their votes by pressing the braille numbers corresponding to the name of candidates they wish to vote for. Himachal Pradesh registered 74.66% voting in yesterday's assembly elections. The turnout is the highest in the history of the state. Briefing the media in New Delhi last evening, Deputy Election Commissioner Alok Shukla said that the earlier highest turnout in the state was 74.51% in the 2003 assembly elections. He said polling was totally peaceful. The flood situation has deteriorated in several areas of coastal Andhra Pradesh. Hundreds of villages remained cut off from the rest of the state due to inundation following torrential rain that has lashed the region for the past 5 days. Cyclone Neelam, which has now weakened into a low pressure, left a trail of destruction in several towns and villages in the coastal districts. Srikakulam, Visakhapatnam, East and West Godavari, Krishna and Guntur bore the brunt of the cyclone. The toll due to rain-related incidents in the state has risen to 25. Rail and road transport has been worst hit, while the communication network and power supply to hundreds of villages was damaged. Our correspondent reports that district authorities have opened relief camps at 86 places and thousands of people from low-lying areas have been sent to safer places. Pakistan Supreme Court has directed the police and other law enforcement agencies to look into complaints regarding influx of the Taliban in Karachi. The growing presence and influence of the band Tehreek-e-Taliban in the country's biggest city and financial hub has been acknowledged during a hearing in the Apex Court. The order comes a day after the banned outfit threatened to target leaders of Karachi's largest party, the Muttahida Qawmi movement. With just a day to go for the US presidential elections, both contestants, incumbent Barack Obama and his Republican rival Mitt Romney, are leaving no stone unturned to woo the voters. Both were engaged in a heated exchange of words in their final leg of campaigning. President Obama and his challenger Romney were engaged in a blistering attack against each other as they hopped on and off across the battleground states in their last-ditch effort to convince Americans to vote for them tomorrow. And that is the end of this news bulletin.